Substance abuse. Addiction is a mental health issue, and it can cause, obviously, a lot of physical health issues as well. Compulsive drug seeking and use despite harmful consequences to the addicted person and those around them. Drug addiction is a brain disease because of the abuse of drugs. At first, most people making the decision to take the drugs, it's voluntary, but over time, the brain makes the person feel they have to have it and become addicted and dependent. Research shows that combining addiction treatment medications with behavioral therapy is the best way to ensure success. What happens to your brain when you take drugs? The overstimulation of this system, euphoric effects, and the response to drugs sets a motion pattern that teaches people to repeat the behavior of using drugs. When people keep using drugs, brain adapts to overwhelming surges of dopamine by reducing the number of dopamine receptors. This is why it compels the abuser to keep using. Alcohol dependence and abuse. No doubt in college campuses, we see alcohol dependence and abuse, craving for alcohol, a large need or urge to drink, believing you need alcohol to get through something, or the belief that you need alcohol to have a good time. Oftentimes then develops into you must have alcohol in order to be yourself, or you think to be yourself. Physical dependence, withdrawal symptoms, nausea, sweating, shakiness, anxiety after stop drinking. Many people grow up a tolerance to drinking when they begin to drink a lot. And so their alcohol intake increases as that tolerance increases in order for them to get the same effect. Alcohol abuse, failure to fulfill major responsibilities at work, school, or home. I actually taught with a guy one time that was an alcoholic, and there were times when he came to work, and we used to have to take him home, and we finally got him help. Alcohol dependence and abuse. Binge drinking is a common pattern of excessive alcohol use in the United States. Pattern of drinking that brings a person's blood alcohol concentration 0.08% or above. Most people who binge drink, however, are not alcohol dependent. Safety and awareness of automobiles. 1.2 million people each year on the world's road die to motor vehicle accidents. 6 most common causes of automobile accidents. Distracted drivers. Put down your cell phone. Driver fatigue. Get some sleep. Drunk driving, which is absolutely stupid if you do that, especially in the era in which we have Uber and everything else. And if you don't have Uber in your small town, then you know what? Walk. Speeding, aggressive driving, weather. Bicycles. It's important to wear a helmet when you're riding your bicycle. Bicycle fatalities occur every year. Distracted drivers are probably a big part of that. But wearing a helmet helps to prevent brain injury if you were to have a crash. Safety around water is important. Believe it or not, there are a lot of people in the world who still don't know how to swim. And so it's important to make sure you're aware of those risks and wear a life jacket if you're on any sort of boat or in any sort of water in which you are not strong enough to swim. Safety awareness, personal. Preventing crime is everyone's business. We must all work together to protect ourselves and each other. It is amazing how many people don't speak up when they see crimes committed. Speak up. Unless your own safety would be a danger, speak up. And in the end, call authorities, call 911. Make sure that you're aware of the world around you. Don't be naive. And when it comes to a lot of things that we could go through the list, the important thing is if it sounds too good to be true, then it is. So don't fall into that trap either. Safety awareness on college campuses. Theft is the most frequent crime on campus. It's important to be cautious. Be aware of your personal information. Approximately 80% of crimes that take place on college campuses are student on student. Okay. The Clary Act, which was passed, requires college campuses accurately report the number of crimes per category to the campus community and students. University of Indianapolis does this each year. Also requires all states to register sex offenders, and that is of course done on the UND campus as well. Sexual harassment, sexual assault is unfortunately something that's become all too common. Serious, violent, and frightening crime committed against women, men, and children. It's not just women who suffer from sexual assault. Men and children do as well, though overwhelmingly women have more to worry about here than men. And it's important that men realize that part of their job is to protect women and children from acts of sexual assault and violence. Protect each other. Sexual awareness, sexual assault. Again, acquaintance rape or date rape, interaction that begins between two people at a social event or on a date and ends with one forcing the other to participate in sexual activity. Some safety tips here to be very much aware, and I have no proof of this, but I do believe that in most cases, there's probably someone who was a bystander who could have recognized that something was going to happen that shouldn't and didn't step in. Again, protect each other and protect yourself. Domestic violence. This includes partner violence, family violence, spouse abuse, child abuse, and battery. It does not always need to be physical. In many, many cases, it is mental. It is emotional. And it's psychological abuse, and it's unfortunate. 95% of the victims, again, in domestic violence are women. If your friend is a victim of domestic violence, seek help, call the police, or go to a shelter. Realize that the violence could result in a death, so action must be taken immediately. Again, protect each other and protect yourself. That is chapter 10, and that is the conclusion of Kinesiology 101. I hope that you have used this course to figure out how best to not only be a healthier you, but to help live in a healthier world and help the people you love live in a healthier world. Take care. Be safe.